Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ike Love. I'm creating author of the blog, The Viable Alternative, which is an inspirational blog where I share the wisdom and insights gained along my path of becoming a greater, stronger version of myself. And if you want to read more on the site, you can click under the window where it says description, and you'll see the link for www.theviablealternative.com. So, the topic of my video blog this week is life is like trying a new recipe. and what made me come up with this is because this week I ventured out and tried to create my own almond crust pizza, almond crust keto or almond crust low carb pizza. I was gonna say paleo, but I did use raw milk cheese, and I know that cheese is not part of the paleo diet, so it's kind of added. So paleo plus, I guess, Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, I adopted the paleo diet in this January of 2015. And what the paleo diet basically entails is the way our ancestors ate before the agricultural revolution, when we were still hunters and gatherers. So basically speaking, at that time, 10,000 years ago, we basically ate what we could kill or what we could collect from the ground, which makes that be things like meat, fruits, vegetables, roots, and nuts. And the whole premise behind that is that a lot of the modern diseases that we have are caused by the diet that was adopted after the agricultural revolution, where we ate things like wheat, grains, barley, things like that, sugar, and which gives cause to inflammation and diseases like diabetes, where we have insulin insensitivity. So knowing that in my family, my family, on my father's side of the family, diabetes basically runs rampant. It runs rampant through my father's side of the family. My grandfather had a foot amputated. I have a couple of aunts and uncles that died of complications of diabetes. And my dad's health has also been adversely affected by diabetes. And since I do not ever want to ever settle in life, I refuse to ever contract diabetes. And through my research, I know that diabetes is a preventable disease, a lifestyle disease. So me being a sugar addict, I completely decided that it was time in 2015 to completely get rid of, to change my diet and just stop eating rice, which I ate every day, and grains and sugar and stuff like that, And not coincidentally, but interestingly enough, I know at my age, my dad already had diabetes, and I do not have it, and I was run for a recent checkup, and I'm totally fine. So that being said, the sucky thing is that I like eating. I like the taste of unhealthy foods. Had it not, I wish they were all healthy. I wish I could eat a pizza every friggin' day, and chocolate chip cookies and brownies, and I'll even admit, those Big Macs and McDonald's, man, I enjoyed the taste of those, but I haven't eaten fast food even since before I even decided to become really, really health conscious. I completely gave up McDonald's, Wendy's, and all that, because actually speaking, I just know when they sit in your body, it feels utterly disgusting, like an alien's in your body. So anyway, to my dismay, I can't have things like pizza anymore because of the wheat. So I decided to go and make my own, what you call almond crust pizza. Basically, instead of using the wheat-based or wheat flour-based pizza crust, you just use almond flour instead. And almond flour does not spike your insulin level. It's non-glycemic and low carb. So therefore, it was fine, So my goal was to cook a almond crust paleo pizza, and so I actually knew the recipe for the past year, but I just was too afraid / lazy to try it. Actually, I just didn't really want to do it. But then what had happened was that after I did my 5-day fast this past like last week, actually, I got this whole new appreciation for food. And as I was starving, I wasn't hungry, but I was missing eating. I said to myself, I used to go on YouTube in my 5-day fast and watch YouTube videos of different foods that I plan to cook. I plan to eat. I watched them being cooked and how they were made and preparation, stuff like that. And I vowed to myself that I was gonna make these things when I got off my fast, because I had a whole new appreciation for eating. And so what had happened was that the first attempt, I guess, was to make the almond crust paleo pizza. So the first night last week, I actually got the ingredients and went to make my first attempt at making the almond crust paleo pizza. And frankly speaking, it was a little bit of a debacle, because I remember, as you know, first of all, you're supposed to add like a cup of almond flour or almond meal, and then you put the egg, baking soda, and baking soda, and the different like salt, pepper, garlic, and stuff like that. So to my and also you do also coconut oil, olive oil. So to my dismay, as I was mixing it, it's all supposed to like stick together to one like sticky like ball and everything like that. And it wasn't really doing that, and I was just getting more angry and more frustrated. And so I took another egg and threw it in there. I was like, oh, maybe I just didn't put enough eggs. And I started mixing again. It still wasn't mixing together. And then it friggin' dawned on me, this is friggin' coconut flour, man. It's not almond flour. But what had happened was, like, the day before, I don't know, for some reason, I went to the supermarket because I knew the two good flours you can buy are coconut flour and almond flour. And I said to myself, oh, this is cheaper than coconut flour. Almond flour. So I went and bought coconut flour. Forgot that I bought it. And so when I set out to make the almond crust pizza, I just assumed stupidly that or knuckleheadedly that I had almond flour, and I guess almond flour is very thin, so it doesn't really consist together very well. So unless you add like milk. So realizing that I didn't have the right ingredients or I mixed the wrong flour, I decided to just add milk, and finally it stuck together. And I put it in the oven and kept it in there too long. Let's just put it like this. Let me stop this story. It was a debacle, complete utter debacle. All right. So, undaunted, I was like, all right, I'm going to try this again. So I went out and I bought now almond flour, almond meal. I bought that, and I went and made my second attempt to make almond pizza crust, and actually. Everything mixed together well, Part of it is you mix together, put it in a bowl, you put it in parchment paper, you take a rolling pin, you roll out the dough, you basically form it into a nice circle, and you put it in the oven, right? And that was all good, that was completely all fine, But now, so the moron who, not the moron, I'm the moron. Now the person who I was watching the YouTube video for, said that for the first attempt, you're supposed to put the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and cook it for like 10 minutes. 15 minutes the first time. Now, to my dismay, what had happened was after 15 minutes, I went and looked, and the thing was like basically, it wasn't burnt to a crisp, it was pretty much close. It was like a couple minutes, 5 minutes away from being burnt to a crisp. So that was my second failed attempt. And it was quite pathetic for me also because I just was very hungry. I was banking on eating that pizza that night, but I had nothing to eat, so I had to scrounge together some food to eat, because I'd come home from the gym and I was starving and was looking for a nice meal, and it wasn't to be had because I burnt the pizza crust. So now the lesson was okay. I don't keep it into. First of all, some ovens are hotter than others, and so I said, okay, I'm going to now attempt this again. The next night, but I'm going to put the oven at 350 and I want to cook it for 10 minutes. So next night came along, and I now learned to use almond meal for my first attempt, and instead of the coconut flour, and I actually went to make a pretty decent pizza dough. Made the pizza dough, put in the oven for like 10 minutes, I think it was 12 minutes, and it was a nice basic texture. And then I took it out, because almond crust is so sticky when it's still a dough form. Before you put it in the oven, you can't just add sauce on it and cheese because it'll break apart, so you have to put it in the oven first. So I took it out of the oven and put my sauce and my cheese and my I actually went out and bought like turkey sausage and put that on the pizza. put it back in the oven, kept it in for another 15 minutes, and came out. It came out pretty okay, you know. Now the taste was left something to be desired. I think I put too much salt and garlic, and it was a little bit too salty for me. So it wasn't the greatest tasting thing, and I would have put more cheese. But you know, I ate the pizza. I didn't so much enjoy the taste. I enjoyed the effort that went into doing it because I enjoyed the success of me making the pizza. So this brings me to the lesson I learned about life. And that's my eyes red from rubbing it. But that life is like trying a new recipe. And basically speaking, it's because whenever you try something in life, you're not always going to get it on the first attempt. I failed abysmally when I made my first attempt to make a almond crust pizza. You know, I used the wrong damn flour. You know, and so not only so, first thing in life is like I said, you're not always gonna get it for the first try. But I could have given up and thrown my hands in the air and said, "Oh, screw this! It's too much work anyway. It's a woman's job to do it." I don't think that way, Or let me hire someone to do it. No, I didn't think that way. I was like, I'm gonna get up and try this again. So, which leads me to the next lesson about life is that life is like starting a new recipe. Is that I had to go out and buy me some almond meal because I bought the wrong coconut. I bought the wrong flour. And in life, what I've learned over the years is that whatever we attempt, it usually takes more time and costs more. It usually takes more time than we planned, and it costs more than we budgeted for. Why? Because when we're trying something new, we're new at it, and we don't know, we can't foresee all the mistakes we're going to make. And we don't really learn until we make these same mistakes, and then it gives us the experience now to how to make something a little bit better, to improve upon something. So I had to spend some extra money now to buy some more almond flour and try the damn thing again. All right. So what happened again? You saw, I explained earlier. I messed up the third time. I left it into the oven too long and everything, and I wound up burning the damn thing. And so what I had to do then is adjust again. And the following night, I said, okay, I'm going to lower the temperature and lower the time I cook it. And again, in life, when we want to achieve excellence, it takes a certain amount of tweaking. We make a mistake and we say, okay, I now learned that this doesn't work. So let me now adjust my behaviors and my actions so I can come up with a better result, a more desirable result. So my experience in my second attempt taught me of how to produce a better type of almond crust. And in life, when you go through something and you make the mistakes, the results show you the results you get in life show you the quality of your efforts and what you may need to change. So and you use that now to make improvement. So the following night I was able to make improvement of making a better pizza dough that was now eatable. So and I use the words eatable because now I learned that I put too much salt and garlic powder in my pizza. So the next time I try this again, I am also going to I'm not going to use as much salt. I'm not going to use as much garlic powder, and also decided I'm not going to even do it for 10 minutes. I'm probably going to do 8 minutes or something like that, and then take it out and then put the sauce and the cheese and seasoning and stuff like that and put it back in. Put more cheese this time and put it back in the oven and probably for under 15 minutes and everything, because now I know my oven is a little hotter than what was what I'd seen in the videos, and so it requires less time and a lower temperature. And and so that's in life. We get up, we try, we try to do something, and then when we get the results, we then adjust the actions we take and the input we put so that we get more desirable results and become more successful. And that's life. Life is about going out there, even if when you don't have any experience, and stumbling and learning along the way until you're able to tweak your actions and to get the desired results, which I said earlier. And you will never know until you try. You'll never know until you try. And I know, you'll never know until you try. Also, the big lesson in this also is the fact that I've learned it's a powerful thing to cook for yourself because the food is so unhealthy outside. You don't know what they're putting, the preservatives and all the stuff. When you learn how to cook properly, it's like taking your destiny to your own hands because you know you are what you eat. You know, and a lot of our being in shape is 80% diet, what we put in our bodies. And so now we're taking a conscious, proactive step of choosing what we want to eat and going out and buying ingredients that we know that's good for us. We have a direct control over our destiny instead of putting our destiny into someone else's hands and eating in their restaurant or their house or whatever. Yeah, I would say it's not anything wrong with it, but you know, it's probably the best way to optimize our health is when we cook for ourselves. You know, fully knowledgeable about what ingredients to use. And so the great thing was, it was an empowering thing of taking my destiny in my own hands. Also because going paleo, you know, I miss eating certain foods, you know, but now I can substitute the foods that I learned by educating myself so that I don't have to be deprived of the foods that I liked eating. So, yeah, life is like trying a new recipe, you know, just taking your destiny in your hands and just learning from your mistakes to come out with a better and desired results. So, I hope all this helps. I hope my my unorthodox experience or excuse me, my orthodox lesson of trying a new how to cook almond crust can give you lessons in life about the importance of going out and taking action and learning from our mistakes so that we can use it to become more successful in the future. And also of taking our destiny in our own hands and learning how to cook for ourselves so that we can eat exactly what we want. You know, I think this is a viable alternative for me, paleo. You know, some people are eating with paleo because not only eating paleo, but I'm learning how to feed myself paleo by going out and making what I want and desire to eat. So anyway, I hope all this helps, and props to all the people who follow the viable alternative and are looking to build their own, who are looking to find their unique path in life, who are shunning the laws and the rules of conventional wisdom to find their own truth for their own path. I give you much kudos. When I was crazy back in the day, I used to have this crazy thing called the Ikeism salute. So anyway, hope all this helps. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can go to TheViableAlt. You can also go on my website, www.theviablealternative.com. And please, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. I am trying to start releasing them more than once a week. And if you like this video, please share it, like and share. All right. Take care. God bless and peace.